Hi everyone, welcome back to Hannah's Decodes. I'm Hannah, and today I thought I'd talk about it's a bit like a dream, or sometimes I find when you're in a type of meditative state and it becomes a kind of realm of dreaming and waking and being on another sort of platform of being able to see things that you often don't see in your kind of awake state. So it was this dream, I would call it a dream, but it was kind of like a vision dream. Happened many years ago. I often say things happened many years ago. I think things for me often take a long time to kind of work out and ponder them and come to some kind of conclusion, or to, they pop up in my mind frequently, and I might get a little bit of an insight and then I put it back on the shelf, so to speak, and then, things often are revealed later in my life. And I can remember watching, was it The Lord of the Rings with the trees? They were the Ents, and the trees came to life. And they were all so slow and deliberating and contemplating. And I kind of got the trees and thought, yeah, that's a bit like me. It takes me a long time to, work some things out and stuff. But anyway, so I'll tell you about this dream, and it was, I'll call it a waking dream. And it happened a long time ago. My kids were little. So, and I think last week we did talking about paintings and art being used as portals. And this waking dream made me think of perhaps our bodies can be used as portals. So I'll describe the dream for you. I'm sleeping in my bed, and I felt like I woke up and I saw two figures at the end of my bed. One was a woman in maybe her late 20s, early 30s, and the other was a little girl, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 5-ish. And they were both standing at the end of my bed, and they were in very ragged clothes, and they looked like, in Australia, and in particular Sydney, in the late 1700s, we had convicts that came to Australia, and they were prisoners from the UK, England. And so they came to sort of, because the prisons were full there, and to be labourers here. So they reminded me of that kind of era, these two the woman and the little girl. And they didn't look terribly happy. They looked quite forlorn. And this has all happened in seconds. So I was looking at them, and then they rose up to be at the level of my mattress or my feet. And then they just shot up past me, from my toes up to my head, and past my head and out and through the wall behind me. And when they did this, they almost became like light, kind of shooting out past me. And it really freaked me out. I kind of woke up, or I felt like I was awake, but I kind of sat up in bed really startled and trying to work out what was going on. And so it wasn't for me, it wasn't it was a bit of a scary experience. So I asked Source Creator, because I know lots of people like to talk to their guides and angelic guides, and I kind of like going to Source Creator. I feel like I get kind of clarity there. I know guides are great, but you're sort of filtering through their stuff. I feel, this is my personal thing. So I'll read out sort of what I asked and what I received in responses. So recently I asked Source Creator, was I used as a portal for those spirits who for some reason couldn't move or transition to their next experience? So I felt like, so afterwards contemplating, I felt like they were kind of stuck here for a long time. And perhaps in that spirit world, time is so different anyway. Maybe for them it wasn't such a long time. And the Source replied, yes, I was. So I also asked, has this happened to me before? And I was told, yes, it's happened. I've been used in this way before. I asked, why can I only remember this one time and this one particular, that's the only memory I have of this happening. And I was told, I can remember this one time so I can share my experience on this platform. And for some people, it may help them inquire into the complexities of the human vessel and its abilities. So that's the response I got. Why even remember it if I can't really remember all the other things? So, yes, it's just basically to share it with you guys and, again, question everything. So then I said, can everyone do this? And I was told only some people can. And I said, how do you know? Oh, so I was told only some people can, but within that I got, you kind of put your hand up before you come in and say, I'll help some spiritual beings transition. And I'm sure there's lots of other things other people do to help in the spiritual realm that I probably have no clue about. So there's some people who do it and have put their hand up, but it's kind of something I think I don't know if I really want to remember all of them because it was a bit of a shock. Okay, so I said, can everyone do this? So I was told, no, not everyone does it. Some people can. And I agreed to this as part of this life's contract. And then I said, how do you know the spirits I'm dealing with are safe? Because I felt I'm very aware of intrusive energies, and I do a lot to protect myself when I go to sleep. And so I was thinking, wow, I'm just doing all this protection and I'm kind of got these spiritual beings kind of hanging around with me and using me as a tool to transition. And I was told there is something like a vibrational code that particular spirits have that resonate with my vibration, allowing these moments of transition. So perhaps my interpretation is a bit like, for some spiritual beings, there's a sort of slightly magnetic connection that's we're drawn to each other, or these beings are drawn to me. I was also shown when I have a lovely meditation group, and we do a really nice thing at the end of most meditations where we give each other a gift, and it's just a spirit, something that comes to your mind, and you offer it, and sometimes it really resonates with the person, and they say, wow, this is happening in my life, and that really kind of enlightens or has great parallels to that experience. So so often when I'm in that, about to give someone a gift, and sometimes if I can't think of something quickly, I'll imagine myself, because I feel like my meditation group's very close to me. We've done this, been through many lifetimes together. And so I imagine I'm on this branch of the tree of life, and we're kind of on these little outer branches right at the edge of the tree. And I just I sort of travel up this, and the tree is kind of like a little silvery, shiny twigs, and they're light. The tree is light. So I sort of travel up my little branch, and I arrive at a fork that connects to their branch of life. And I ask the tree, universe, creator, can you show me something that will really benefit this whoever I'm giving the gift to? And usually something comes into my mind really quickly. And often these visions make absolutely no sense to me, but may resonate with them. So getting back to these spiritual beings, I feel like that, I was talking about having a code or a vibration, I feel like that tree has some part to play in it. There's a connection there over lifetimes of perhaps like a family connection or a spiritual family connection that I've put my hand up to take responsibility for people who are a little bit stuck or beings that are stuck to transition, because they're part of my tree, if you know what I mean, part of my branch. And if we can all be in a place of, I know you can't all be positive the whole time, but in our right place, it helps us all, if you know what I mean. Yes, so that's kind of my interpretation of the human body. And I don't think it's also just my physical body, it's the energetic light bodies I have and other people have that help their spiritual family transition if they're a little bit stuck here. So that's it. So I hope that was interesting and may kind of give you something to contemplate about and inquire about, and perhaps think a little differently about ourselves and why we're here. Okay, thanks so much, and I'll see you all next time. Oh, and if you'd like to, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.